If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the cat patrol.
Welcome to another edition of Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have-Nots. This is a 2-for-1, episode 7 and 8. So, as some of you know, I missed last week's episode because I went out to dinner with some friends, lost track of time, and didn't get home in time to see the episode. Or I got home too late to see the episode. I tried to stay up to 11, comes to find out that the new episode comes on at 12 a.m. and I fell asleep. And then after that, there's no more reruns until the next week. So Tuesday night, last night, I saw episodes 8 and then I saw episode 7. So this is a 2-for-1. Don't feel so hot. Was in a small car accident and my neck and my back is out of whack, and when it's feeling fine, I end up doing too much because I don't know what my limit is, and I just feel bad. I look bad. I put on this outfit. T-ties are all out, so keeping it up here. I feel, just all around horrible. Then we have girls' night out tonight. And I'm going to get an emergency appointment at the masseuse at 9 o'clock right before I go out. Can't do too much dancing. Went hiking and my knee is all messed up. So I'm just all around. Okay, so I apologize. This is going to be a really quick one. I'm going to make the videos a lot shorter because they're really long. Okay? So, episode 7. So let's deal with Jeffrey and Candace. Someone called me out. Love it. I called Jeffrey Brandon. I don't know why I called him Brandon. Maybe because Brandon's a Herb name and Jeffrey's a Herb guy. Now, of course, Brandon's mother asked him to get a beard, and so he asked Candace out. He's nervous, he's jittery. Wyatt pushes him forward. Amanda wants Wyatt to stay out of the business and lay off because she knows what's going on. And Candace laughs in his face. Then she apologizes and Wyatt goes off on her. Like, why do you act like that? I know this about you, I know that about you. Your father's not a doctor, da-da-da. So she made up a story and she told everyone in fake tears, crocodile tears, that her father she never knew until he basically killed her mother. She's a fool for that one. She got something coming to her monkey ass. And then going to sit in the bathroom and just stand laughing while everybody else is concerned. And Wyatt really felt bad because he thought that, the story was true. So therefore, this is his assholeisms coming back out to haunt him. And these are the consequences. So he's really have internalized the whole situation, which made me feel bad for Wyatt. Wyatt's acting a lot better. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling his character. I missed his character when he wasn't on the other week. And now he's back. I feel Candace brings Jeffrey into the room. And she tries to seduce him. And Jeffrey's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up. And she was like, just like I thought. Not interested. So she basically proved her point. And she let him know that she can't be used as a beard. She knows the deal. Game over. Jim and Celine. I had so much hope for Celine's character. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. During these 2 past episodes, I decided to stop looking at the acting and just look at the storyline, but it's very difficult. So Celine had a little affair with Jim, huh? Jim's like, ain't gonna happen. Don't want it. Oh, you left me? You did me a favor. Ain't happening. She jumped all over Jim. Jim was like, push, push, but not in the bush. Pushed her away. Absolutely not. And her come on was so unsexy, unappealing, desperate. That was bad. So all this jealousy that Celine has had against Hannah has been based in her ideology that Hannah is interested in Jim. So she goes off on Hannah several times in several drawn out scenes. And she's accusing Hannah of doing things to get to Jim. And then when that doesn't work, going to Jim's wife and taking over her position, yada, yada, yada. Tells homegirl, Jim don't like black women. We know different, don't we? You really do. Another thing that Celine says, after Catherine comes downstairs and, she's, of course, suffering from cancer. And Hannah's being extra nice to her because Hannah understands she can empathize because she is a cancer survivor as well. So she goes above and beyond the call of duty and she puts on Catherine's shoes. Celine's like, can you please stop acting like a slave? Poor delivery. Hannah is way too strong of a character and of an actress to draw it out the way she is. What do you mean? What are you saying? Girl, you're crazy. That scene went on 5 times with those wordings. Now, the scene with Benny, Hannah, and old dude from the church, Tony, that was cute and funny, but it went left real quick. So Benny gets Hannah back by setting her up the same way that she set him up with the girl from the church with a handsome gentleman named Tony. So then Hannah has dinner with him and it's a candlelit dinner. She could have blew those candles out. Comes to find out, that's Benny Daddy. That's too much going on in one scene. That's way too much. That's the scene or the situation that should have been drawn out. Not the scene, but the situation. We should have had a little bit more anticipation for that. But, child, he fine. Now I see why Benny fine. And they look alike. So I knew from the beginning when he walked onto the scene, that gotta be Benny Daddy. Because they look too much damn alike. Good casting. Now, there was a very homoerotic scene between Wyatt and Jeff. I'm really wondering if they're going to get it on because, Wyatt is Jeff's protector. I should say Jeffrey. Wyatt is Jeffrey's protector. Jeff is giving him all these words of encouragement, how he sees him, loving, caring, kind, but he's hiding all that from the world. And Wyatt is really, kind of like warming up to Jeff. So I'm anticipating a little more than just a crush on Jeff. And I hope so. It's about high time for prime time to have some man-on-man action. I said it. And as Jeffrey is leaving, lo and behold, who do they see on the screen? Candace as an escort. Cat is coming out the bag. And if you know what I mean by cat, I mean Cootie Cat is out the bag. Alright, so that's it for episode 7. Episode 8. Episode 8 is called The Criminal. Okay, so Amanda has failed her law exam. So who does she run to? Candace. What kind of advice did Candace give her? Dress up real sexy, put on some makeup, stretch your ass in there, show your assets, and have that man give you a retake. You know the information. Oh, but they freeze up. So she listens to her advice. She gets all dialed up, looking like a sophisticated video chick. And the professor is like really cool and nonchalant. And I thought he was actually a pretty good guy because he's like, I'd rather you make up this. No, he said, I'd rather you become a lawyer than to walk around the street like that. So she passed the exam. Okay, so she goes back to their apartment. She gives Candace high five at work. Candace was like, told you. So Candace leaves to go meet her father, unbeknownst to Amanda. And knock at the door. It's the professor for the oral part of the exam. That's not funny. And it was a really horrible scene. Not in terms of horrible in terms of the dramatization, but horrible in terms of the acting. It just wasn't, for me, it just wasn't played right. But he indeed was an asshole. So he essentially rapes her. And the look in her eye after the rape, I must say, was really good. She was dead in the eyes. And you know how like when women have on mascara and dark makeup and they are crying or have been crying and it's smudged and you get the raccoon look? She had that look with the blank, dead in the eyes stare. And he's trying to talk to her about getting some dessert, some hamburgers, repeats it a few times, and keeps talking nonchalantly, and then breaks it down to her. You know, my man, the other professor, we trade off honeys. So, you know, we keep secrets. So you don't want the secret told. You go to him, he can bang, bang, bang. I can get his little honey, bang, bang, bang. That's disgusting. Ilk. Now you know, this is what we have been waiting for. Something to push Amanda over the edge. Which direction is she going to go? Is she going to become self-hating, suicidal? Is she going to become more like Candace and promiscuous? So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Ooh, wait. So Hannah done got a promotion. Chief of Staff. So now she's Celine's boss. She's the gardener's boss. She's Tyler's boss. I don't know. But I'm really proud of her. 20% pay rate. She deserves it. I mean, she's just such a great person. And I'm just like so happy for her. So Jim and Candace getting it on once again. Jim is laid out in the barrel. What did you do to me? And Candace is like, I freed you. So I see that this is the hook in a lot of things that are coming to pass. A lot of people are being freed. Jeffrey needs to be freed, and Candace is helping him. Jim needs to be freed, and Candace is helping him. Amanda needs to be freed, and Candace is helping her. So many characters need to be freed, and they're getting help some way, somehow from Candace or Hannah. So that's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds and plays out. And I'm really hoping and rooting that it does play out well, that there is a payoff later. Now, Jim admits to Candace that if she went to the press, he wouldn't care because he would be free from all the pressures of the lifestyle that he leads. He's not happy. He's really dead inside. It's just not working, and it will be a welcome respite. Candace gives him no sympathy. Candace is like, I want your life, and you're willing to give it away. So, I mean, it was a really, cute scene. Hotline of the night. Candace says to Jim, I don't need your sympathy. I got your wallet. Jim says, and a car too. Don't forget about the car. Now, the scene with Benny getting arrested, it bothers me. Movies where injustices occur, especially within Black community, of which I'm connected to, it bothers me. Like Boys in the Hood, wonderful film, groundbreaking film, important film. I can't watch that shit twice. Hurts my heart. Trayvon Martin case, I feel is my duty to watch. Hurts my heart. So even in a fictional situation, because it's so close to the everyday reality, hurts my heart. Did not want to see that occur, especially with Benny. Now, if it happened to Candace, it would have been a little bit different. So Benny's driving Candace's car, and it's a hot convertible, too. Anybody know what kind of car it is? I don't know. I'm not into cars. But it's really cute. And he is cruising down the street. He borrowed it so he can go out on his date with his little honey. He ain't got to pick her up in the tow truck. Okay. So that was really nice. They get pulled over, and that bad acting cop is over in the corner watching. So he gets arrested. He gets to the station. He calls Candace. Candace picks up. She was like, what drugs? I don't know what you're talking about. And of course, Benny's not going to believe her. So she goes and gets Hannah. Hannah's like, I will ride the devil's tail to hell before I go anywhere with you. They both go down to the police station. And Candace is waiting in one of the rooms. It looks like an interrogation room. And David and the bad acting cop, RoboCop is what I'm going to call him. Because he acts like this. RoboCop. Him and David are behind the two-way window. And they're talking about the assailant being caught and arrested. So David's like, finally. So the cop says they're bringing him in now. David's like, what do you mean him? Yeah, the perp was a guy. That's not the perp? No, a guy was driving the car. It's like, you got the wrong perp. I can't even remember if David was really specific. And I don't think, maybe that scene happened between the cuts, but either this cop is stupid or David just did not give him the 411. I don't know which is which. Now, Hannah is in the room with Candace, and they make the connection that if that's her brother and that's her mother, I don't know what's going to happen next week. That is my most favorite part of this week's show. David's plan being foiled, but then finding a big, juicy tidbit of information. But these mofos are dumb. I don't know if they're going to work it right. Because you know Candace is going to come back. Messing with Benny? Candace is going to go berserk. Okay. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Now, as much as I complain about the acting and some of the writing, I do get excited about a lot of points in the show. And for this week, that's one. And when I see the previews for the next week, I get uber excited. So, I am going to talk about the stuff I don't like. But I do get excited. So, David is pissed at Jim for missing his appointment with the potential future campaign manager. I feel like Mama D. Okay? The future campaign manager, which is big. He's not on board yet, and your campaign manager is very essential to any politician's career. So if you get somebody that's really good, you're probably going to get in. So to miss that appointment with someone who has not signed on, not good. David is pissed. And David knows that he was with Candace. Furthermore, he knows that he was in the hotel with Candace. And on top of that, he knows that he left his watch on the nightstand in the hotel room, which means he's not only seeing Candace, but he being sloppy with it too. So you got that subconscious thing going on with some people where they want to get caught, so they do stupid stuff subconsciously. So David lets him know, I took care of her. Took care of everything. You have nothing to worry about, my bruh. We in the mansion. The governor's mansion. Yeah. Jim's like, what are you talking about? So here's what I think is going to happen. Candace is going to think Jim set her up. They're going to tussle at it, and that's going to strike up some sexiness, some real, you know how when two people really like each other, but then there's something that's polarizing them, and that's just going to set off the sensual, passionate fireworks. And whether or not they succumb to those fireworks or not sure, but so we'll see. So on episode 9, I wonder how many episodes are going to be in this season. That means we might be winding down soon. I don't want that to happen. Next episode, Hannah is going to ask Mrs. Cryer for a lawyer. Candace is going to address Hannah and her BS. And Candace is going to confront Jim about the setup. Boop. Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. Leave your comments below. Thumbs up on the video. And subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you, far too kind.
Yeah.